if there is an electric dipole suspended in a uniform electric field, electric dipole in the external uniform electric field, it will experience a torque given by torque magnitude is Pe sin theta. And this torque will try to rotate the dipole into the direction of the external electric field. This torque will try to what? Right, rotate the dipole into the direction of the external electric field. Now, to rotate the electric dipole, from an angle theta 1 to the field to an angle theta 2 to the field. Work required to rotate the electric dipole from an angle theta 1 to the field to an angle of theta to the field, we can write it as W equal to integration Pe sin theta d theta theta 1 to theta 2. Then if at all here sin theta integration is cos theta here, upper limit is theta 2 here, lower limit is what? Theta 1, right. So, to rotate the dipole from an angle theta 1 to the field to an angle of what? Theta 2 to the field. So, this answer you will be getting as Pe cos of theta 1 minus cos of theta 2, where here we want to rotate, if at all dipole is to be rotated against the electric field, right, there is from an initial angle theta 1 to the field to a final angle theta 2 to the field, that is in opposite direction. If at all you want to rotate, you can put the negative sign here. The consequence is nothing but this. This is nothing but, if at all an electric dipole already present in the direction of electric field, to rotate to an angle theta 1, external agent has to do the work, and again from theta 1 to theta 2, external agent has to do the work. This is the amount of work done to rotate the electric dipole from an initial angle theta 1 to the field to a final angle theta 2 to the field. Now, work required to rotate the electric dipole, from an initial angle of 90 degrees to the field, initial angle of what? Same thing, 90 degrees to the field to a final angle of what? Theta to the field. That is, if at all electric dipole is initially perpendicular to the field. Now, why perpendicular to the field? We know potential energy. Regarding potential energy, it will not possess absolute value. The potential energy is to be calculated according to zero reference position chosen. In this context, the position of the electric dipole perpendicular to the external electric field. Electric field is like this here. Perpendicular to this electric field direction, whichever this position of electric dipole is there, that position is taken as what? Zero potential energy position. So, to rotate the electric dipole from perpendicular position to an angle theta to the field, that is called as potential energy of electric dipole. Therefore, that potential energy we can calculate here. Right. So, that potential energy can be calculated by integrating this function from 90 degrees to theta, where this negative sign why we are putting here. Negative sign indicates that, right, again as the torque we are turning to rotate it. Initially as if what? As if dipole is in the direction of the field, to rotate it, we have to apply external torque. External torque in opposite to that electrostatic torque that is existing over there. So, minus Pe, right, 90 theta sin theta over here. So, what you will be getting here then? That is Pe cos theta, limits are nothing but theta 90 degrees. Therefore, the result is nothing but minus Pe cos theta. Which one it is? Potential energy. So all of you note down one point here. I am speaking absolute potential energy, but for that the reference is taken perpendicular to the direction of electric field as what taken as zero potential energy position. With respect to that perpendicular position, at any position where the dipole is making an angle of theta with the field, potential energy of the electric dipole can be expressed like this, and this can be written as here minus P bar dot E bar. Potential energy means somebody has done the work. Somebody has done the work to rotate it from perpendicular position to that particular position. That work done against electric field only will appear as what? Electrostatic potential energy of the particular dipole over here. Let us discuss about a very important property of charged conductors, that is electrostatic shielding. Yes, dear students, like yesterday what we discussed in the previous class, that in case of any charged spherical conductor as well as what? Charged hollow spherical shell, at any point inside potential must be equal to potential on the surface. Electric potential at any point inside must be equal to potential on the surface. Therefore, according to this relation, everywhere potential is constant and equal to that on the surface, equal to minus dV by dx equal to 0. So, at every point inside this spherical shell, electric intensity is 0. Similar to that, if you take any conductor, any metallic conductor with a cavity, metallic conductor in a cavity, whatever the electric charges outside may be, even there is electric field outside, the charge distribution will arrange itself in such a way that at every point inside the cavity, electric intensity will be 0 and potential will be constant and equal to that on the surface. So, this cavity space is electric intensity free. Everywhere, whatever the outside electric intensity may be, whatever the outside electric field may be, whatever the outside electric influence may be, at every point inside the cavity, electric intensity will not be there, V equal to Vs. Therefore, this entire space of the cavity will be protected by the outside external influences. That phenomena what we call as what? Electrostatic shielding. So, this entire space, in this space, if at all you put an instrument which is electrostatically sensitive, if at all the instrument is kept over here, that instrument will be completely free of any outer external electric influences. That phenomena what we call as electrostatic shielding. Dear students, let us discuss now, if a metallic conductor is placed in an external electric field. If a metallic conductor is placed in an external electric field, a metallic conductor will have what? Complete free charge carriers, and because of this external electric field E naught over there, this is the metallic conductor that is placed in the external electric field acting towards right. So, inside the conductor, the external electric field will be E naught acting over there. But because of the free movement of charges, there will be induction of negative charge on the conductor here and induction of positive charge on the conductor over there. Because of the induced charges now, what is this? It is the external electric field in the space of the conductor. In the space of this conductor, this is external electric field, and because of the induced charges also, there will be electric field inside the conductor. So, this is the direction of, it is the direction of induced electric field. Let us call it as what? E induced. Therefore, inside the space of the conductor, now there will be two electric fields. One is the external electric field, other is what? Induced electric field. The charge distribution will adjust in case of the metallic conductor in such a way that the induced electric field will be always cancelling the external electric field inside the space of the conductor. So, inside the space of the conductor there will be equal and opposite electric intensities acting over there. Therefore, at any point inside the metallic conductor, the net electric intensity will be a null vector. In other words, we say that the charge distribution, the induced charge distribution will take place on the surface of the conductor such that net electric intensity at any point will be 0 inside it. Or you can say that in this case of conductor, in this case of metallic conductor, E net bar equal to external electric field E naught bar plus induced electric field E in bar should be equal to null vector. So, the charge distribution will adjust itself in such a way that at any point inside the conductor, net electric intensity will be a null vector. So, that is the behavior of a conductor in the external electric field. Yes, students, now let us discuss about dielectrics and an important concept called as polarization. Dielectrics and polarization. First of all, what is the meaning of a dielectric medium? What is a dielectric medium? A non-conducting substance without any free charge carriers or with a negligible number of free charge carriers is called as a dielectric medium. Non-conducting substance. Now, a dielectric medium, a dielectric substance will be of two types here, non-polar dielectric medium and polar dielectric medium. Non-polar dielectric medium means like a substance like hydrogen and substance like what here, oxygen, those molecules will be in such a way that center of positive charge of one molecule will be exactly coinciding with center of negative charge of that molecule. That means you won't find any separation between positive charge concentration and negative charge concentration. Such a molecule is called as what? Non-polar dielectric molecule. Non-polar means there is no separation between centers of positive charge and centers of negative charge. So, in case of a non-polar molecule, if at all if this is a region of that molecule, there is only region of what? Positive charge concentration, and there is only region of what? Even negative charge concentration. No separation between positive and negative charges in case of what? Non-polar dielectric molecule. So, in case of a non-polar dielectric molecule, because there is no separation between the amount of positive charge and amount of negative charge, non-polar molecules will not have any intrinsic electric dipole moment, because there is no separation between center of the positive charge and center of the negative charge. That molecule will not have any intrinsic electrostatic dipole moment. So, in case of those molecules, internally dipole moment will not be there. Now, coming to this polar dielectrics, polar dielectric media like HCl as well as what? H2O. In case of this polar dielectric media, the center of positive charge of the molecule will not be exactly coinciding with center of the negative charge. Therefore, positive charge concentration somewhere over here, negative charge concentration somewhere over here. In case of this one, you will find the molecule will be like this, where here positive charge concentration, here negative charge concentration. So, that type of molecule with an inbuilt intrinsic electrostatic dipole moment is called as a polar dielectric molecule. So intrinsically, this is the direction of dipole moment from negative charge concentration to positive charge concentration. Therefore, two types of dielectric media here, non-polar dielectric medium, positive and negative charge concentrations coinciding with one another exactly, no intrinsic electric dipole moment. But in case of polar dielectric media, there will be readily a dielectric intrinsic that is dipole moment from negative charge concentration to positive charge concentration. Now, if any one of these dielectric medium, if any dielectric medium is placed in an external electric field, if at all what? A dielectric medium is placed in an external electric field. In case of this non-polar molecules, the external electric field will stretch the molecule, such that there will exist some distance between positive and negative charge concentrations. Therefore, if at all this kind of molecule is placed in the external electric field, you will find the stretching of the molecules such that there will exist some separation between positive and negative charge concentrations. So this is in the, if at all what? It is placed in the external electric field. And if at all this polar dielectric medium is placed in the external electric field, already there is an internal dipole moment over there, and because of external electric field, this dipole moment will be more pronounced such that there will be more distance between positive and negative charge concentrations. Therefore, in the action of external electric field, there can be more separation between positive and negative charges. This dipole moment will be more pronounced. Therefore, overall the observation what you can have is, when a dielectric medium is placed in an external electric field, the external electric field will see that there will be development of a net electrostatic dipole moment, and those electrostatic dipoles can rotate into the direction of the external electric field, and the following phenomena will take place. Yes, dear students, when a dielectric medium is placed in an external electric field, a net dipole moment will be induced inside the dielectric medium. A net dipole moment will be induced. Previously what? Because of random arrangement of all the molecules, right? Finally, the net electrostatic dipole moment inside the dielectric medium can be what? A null vector. But definitely, when a dielectric medium is placed in an external electric field, a net dipole moment will be induced inside the dielectric medium. The net dipole moment induced inside a dielectric medium per unit volume. The net dipole moment induced inside a dielectric medium per unit volume is called as electric polarization. And that is represented here as a capital P bar. Electric polarization, it is a physical quantity. The net electric dipole moment induced inside a material by placing it in the external electric field is electric polarization P bar. Now, this electric polarization P bar will be directly proportional to external electric intensity. More the external electric intensity, more possibility of turning all the electric dipoles into the direction of that external electric field, so that that entire dielectric medium will have what? More amount of net magnetic dipole moment will be induced. Therefore, this electric polarization will be directly proportional to the external field intensity. Therefore, we can say that the electric polarization directly proportional to the external electric field, or you can say that electric polarization equal to chi E into E naught. This is the electric polarization directly proportional to the external electric intensity. Now this is a constant of proportionality, chi E. This is called as what? Constant of proportionality, called as electric susceptibility. Like magnetic susceptibility in magnetism, this is called as electric susceptibility, which is a constant for given nature of the dielectric, and it indicates the ability of the dielectric medium to be electrified into the direction of the external electric field. So P bar equal to chi E into E naught. What is the chi E here? Electric susceptibility. Chi E. And whichever the dielectric media which obey this particular principle, they are called as what? Linear isotropic dielectrics. What they are called as? Linear isotropic dielectrics, where the electric polarization will be directly proportional to the external field intensity. Now coming to, if at all that type of linear dielectric medium, right, linear isotropic dielectric medium is placed in the external electric field, what will happen? Let us see now, right. If at all this kind of dielectric medium is placed in the external electric field, all the electric dipoles will turn into the direction of the external field in such a way that there is a net induction of negative charge here. Net induction of negative charge, in between the charges will cancel off. For example, positive charge of this dipole and negative charge of this dipole will cancel off. Similarly, positive and negative will be cancelled off here. Now finally there will be net induction of negative charge on this surface. You observe here, this negative charge, this one, this amount of negative charge is getting induced over here. Finally there is induction of what? Positive charges on the other surface of the dielectric. So here negative charge, net negative charge accumulation, and there is what? Net positive charge accumulation. And because of those induced charges, the electric intensity inside the dielectric medium will be E induced. This is opposite to the external electric intensity. But in case of dielectric media, this induced electric intensity will not be that much, such that it can cancel the external electric intensity. That much electric intensity will not be there. Therefore, the existence of this induced electric intensity in case of this dielectric media is only to reduce the value of E naught inside the material. Now, the net electric intensity inside a dielectric medium, can be calculated as E net bar equal to E naught bar. E naught bar is nothing but external electric intensity vector, and this E induced bar is nothing but here, right, the electric intensity because of the induced charges. So the final effect of placing a dielectric medium in an external electric field is there will be induction of some electric field inside the material opposite to external electric intensity, so that net electric intensity inside the dielectric medium will be reduced. So that is the effect of what? That is action between when conductor is placed in the external field and dielectric is placed in the external field. So that is regarding the dielectrics and polarization. Thank you. Yes, students, now let us discuss some important NEET model problems over here. A problem that is given here, please take care of this one. If infinite number of charges, each equal to q, are placed on x-axis, each charge q placed on x-axis of coordinate system at x equal to 1 meter, x equal to 2 meters, x equal to 4 meters, x equal to 8 meters and so on, then the potential at the origin, the net potential at the origin due to all that infinite number of charges, that is how much is the question. Now we know one point that electric potential is a scalar quantity, the net potential is algebraic sum of the individual potentials. Therefore, net potential at the origin we can write as V equal to, right, V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4. Right, in all the cases you can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is a constant, Q is also constant here. Come on, what is the potential because of first charge? By 1 by 1 plus, right. Next charge is what? That is also Q only, by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus and so on, right. So clearly you can observe it is a geometric progression with first term as 1 and common ratio as 2. 1 into half is half, half into half is 1 by 4, 1 by 4 into half is what? 1 by 8. 1 by 8. Therefore, the net potential at the origin will be, right, V equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q. Yes, what is sum to infinity of a GP like this? First term is 1 here, 1 minus common ratio. Yes, first term, right? First term minus common ratio. So your answer will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q. Yes, this is how much here? It is nothing but what? A half here, that is 2. So finally this answer is nothing but 2Q. 2Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is nothing but Q by 2 pi epsilon naught.